have to see it. And we're back on there, so I should get to that later. This should be looking good and sounding good. My webcam might, that's quite quiet. I think my voice can be a bit louder if I tap that to there maybe. That seems to be a better light, that's too high there. Leave it there because I'm going to pick up my TV in a second. Right. While I'm away, I'm going to start our PvP. I'm also going to change that. Do the TV video. Start that search. Right, load up the network. Also turn my TV speakers down, and then put my amp over to the TV. Do that with 27, it's really cool. It's a great photo of Becky. I mean, if you're going to be like hitting Splurge City, that's a good photo to splurge over. Was it Splurge? No, Splooge. Splurge City? Splurge City. What did I say it was? Was it Splurge City I used to say? Splurge City. Keep forgetting, I'm like, where's my camera? I'm not streaming. No, I'm streaming here on that camera. I'm going to be talking to this camera quite a lot. That camera quite a lot. Your champ's better. Who's your champ, Reese? Wait, man, I've still got my SS21. I should change Brit. Going to make coffees, come back. That game will be over. That game, putting over here now. Yeah, then I'm going to start shooting rules, change my champ to somebody different. I'm going to have like an S1 image, I think. Maybe like S1 Wade Barrett or something. You got Gargano. Oh, well, I got a new Candice LeRae card. Looks really, really cool. Yeah, I might use it for training. Anyway, coffee time. And then we'll start this up. Be right back. Monroe 78's making coffees, talk amongst yourselves. That stuff. You know a song to play while I'm away? Shit, we're organising it. Try to pick a song. Need some interlude music while I'm away. Alexa, play the theme music from Robocop.
Main theme from Robocop by Rich Douglas on Amazon Music.
Alexa, volume up.
Woohoo!
Did the music stop? I can't hear it.
I think that was.
What, just one song, is that? I thought we... Alright, Joe, I want to hear the... Never heard it, the cat was burning. Alexa, play the Terminator soundtrack.
Terminator, original motion picture soundtrack by Brad Fiedel on Amazon Music.
I don't know how picking these. I don't know, you're all for Terminator. Wait for that. It's all me. Right, back on, let's get Extreme Rules started. Alexa, pause. Here we go. Why is it not playing? Right, started there. Right, let's catch up and chat with our miss. Hello, oh Cross, hello Cross, how you doing mate? You alright? You're a slacker. Peace. What an LMS card? Skip the road, that's what I got to say. Hi Sunshine, alright man, how you doing mate? I've not watched Extreme Rules yet, I'm just here with my mate Ouija. I went to watch Extreme Rules, so I'm going to be looking this way and remembering to talk to that camera that still thinks up there sometimes. So look at that. Go big or go home.
He wasn't aware.
Go home.
He never came out, so normally they might come out together, even if it's just one of them fighting.
Well, Kim Casey in there, Omos and Lashley aren't really a team.
Eh?
Omos and Lashley, because you've got like you're looking at a team, you've got Omos and AJ, and they're also just having Lashley, so it's like a 3. And for the New Day, they've got like, well, Big E had a feud with them, and you can get the other two and they make it like a 3-on-3. Did I see Brock Lesnar guy?
Bonjour, j'adore Extreme Rules. I could not fathom the Street Profits being broken
What
up.
was his name again? Sean?
I assume it was Brock Lesnar guy. I don't know, on Twitter, that is him.
So like a scar him. Right.
Oh, he's got a big welt on his face.
It's like some cunt went up with something metal.
What did you say the first time? Shook your
Out of a
fucking face.
precarious situation, flipping it around with one pull of the ponytail.
Right? Shut your fucking face.
Yeah, we don't need WWE fans in Rip.
Yeah, one more time just do that for him. He said one cheap beer to the world, says Pat McAfee. Yeah, draw attention to it, Pat, that's what the crowd needs. Mimmin says to do me all day. Find out if I want to watch Raw or go to sleep early. I'm not staying up for it, mate. I'm going to skip Raw and SmackDown until the next pay-per-view. That's what I do now. I don't even watch Raw or SmackDown. I watch Simon Miller's ups and downs on YouTube. Watch that or I'm going to sleep. See if it's really worth it. I'm like, oh, did I miss much? That saved me 3 hours. I need to start watching more AEW because they've got better wrestling. It's more, a lot more exciting. No one's going to be shit. I mean, if this is the pay-per-view, how can they follow this with anything better?
The Demon has been waiting for this opportunity forever.
There's only been a few good Raws after, like Raw after WrestleMania when Raw was in Britain. That was crazy because they fans stayed up late to watch WrestleMania, had no sleep, were sleep deprived and drunk, and went to the show and just stole the show by being the best crowd ever.
finds a way to continue to
Some pay-per-views after a some Raws after a pay-per-view can be alright. But if this is the pay-per-view,
every single day. All day. Every day. All day. Every single day.
Look at
I'm the head of the table.
all day, every single day, I'm the head of the table.
And reminding Roman Reigns who he
We're
is.
pushing this too far to the head of the table. You're using the draft is coming, it's going to change up something.
Reminding everybody.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. It's like you say, same faces every week. Let other people fight other people,
He
and
almost ran into a spear. He even able to counter. Slight
I think it was better before the draft split. Everyone on the same brand, so you get a fight on Raw, or I'll maybe see you on SmackDown. You can have stories working quicker.
Roman Reigns. Spear!
It gives more people time. Like right, you might go on SmackDown this week. A low blow kick out. That's I'm gonna kick out and punch in the nuts at the same time.
It's just the way so you may get you or not.
But then I'm gonna low blow you and just keep my arm. Just here's my arm.
There's the spear. Now watch this, Pat. This camera angle will show it perfectly. A 2.5, the low blow as the shoulder came
That's why they love new NXT clubs especially. That'd make it more interesting. I suppose you have the draft, they could, yeah, because it'd be NXT,
Desperation.
Raw and SmackDown. So they could shape up a
By
bit.
the demon.
How good would it be if like NXT got a draft pick as well and they pick like, right, NXT's first pick, Brock Lesnar. You're like, no wait, oh holy shit, a minute. I think he had his line, oh that's drivers and stuff. Probably people that exaggerate the natural curve on an S-bend and purposely held a line on the last lap. There's a big argument about it. Wait a minute. That was a kind of slow. What happened there?